Hey everybody, this is our 2024 going into 2025 real estate video for Playa del Carmen. We like updating these videos because so much changes. And so in this video, we're going to talk about the 4 best areas of Playa del Carmen to buy in, whether you want to invest or live here. And we're going to talk to a realtor to get some expert advice and talk about many other things. What we're not going to talk about in this video is some of the basic questions, whether foreigners can buy in Mexico or the buying process, because we do have about 40 different articles on our website, which you can use our search box and just type in real estate, and you can find all those articles, or under the tab that says Living in Playa. Now, another thing that's going to make this video different is that at our website, we don't sell real estate. So we don't care if you buy anything, which is great. But we do care if you do decide to move here. You might be our neighbors, you might be our best friends, our bar drinking buddy or something. So we want to give you great advice. So we do get local experts to come on our videos and we interview them so we can bring you great information so you can make great decisions as what you're doing, especially if you're buying a condo or a place. It's a big decision. So we want to have great information for you. And at the end of this video, I'm going to explain what you should expect for return on investment or ROI if you're buying this year in Playa del Carmen. And it's probably something you won't hear from anyone else because we can be very honest with you and explain that. So stay tuned to the end of the video so we can explain what you can get for ROI. Let's get started in this video. We're going to jump over to Playa Car and we're going to talk to Sebastian, who has been on our videos before. And we're going to talk about what Playa Car is like and then start visiting 4 different neighborhoods in Playa del Carmen. We are here in beautiful Playa Car. This is another beautiful development, of course, with a very nice pool. And we're here with Sebastian. If you've seen our other videos, you have seen him because he's a great expert. Not only is he a real estate person, he is also an investor and a developer now. So all around, very knowledgeable guy about everything in the Riviera Maya. And so we want to talk to him about what has changed in Playa del Carmen because we did a video about 2 years ago and we're doing an updated one. So what things have really changed in the real estate market or are affecting prices here?
I would say the first thing that has changed a lot has been infrastructure. There's been a lot of money poured in from the federal government, from the state government, from the municipality. So like big infrastructure projects are coming to Playa del Carmen.
Of course, the exchange rate, pesos, that has changed a lot too. So how is that affecting how the real estate market works?
Mexico has a very strong economy right now due to nearshoring and a lot of different factors. So that is changing. The developers are switching their prices to pesos. There are still a couple of developers that are keeping their prices in dollars, and they're looking at a lot of foreigners, a lot of Canadians, a lot of Americans buying in these projects.
Of course, another thing that really affects prices, supply and demand, very easy. How is supply and demand right now in Playa del Carmen?
Okay, so right now what we've seen in Playa, as you're well aware, Playa del Carmen is landlocked. So south and north, you've got 2 golf courses. You've got El Coyote and Corasol on the north side of Playa. And then on the south side of Playa, where we're currently located right now, you've got the Hard Rock golf course in Playa Car, right? So you can't grow to the sides with the Tren Maya. There's also a landlock towards the jungle side, right? So that guarantees the appreciation of the properties and limits the supply of inventory. Rental-wise, we've also seen an increase in prices. We actually, on the video that we did 2 years ago, we saw that the prices per night, the average price per night on AirDNA that has all the information of Airbnb and Vrbo was around $85 a night. And now we're sitting almost at $120 a night. So we're looking at a 30% price increases on rentals short term. So around a 15% increase annually, which is really good. And we are getting a lot more demand than the last quarter of 2023. We're getting a lot more buyers this year. Also, winter season was very high. We had a lot of people coming down to Playa, and we're going into summer in the next couple of months where we're gonna see a lot of expats maybe going back to their countries and getting that national tourists, right? People from Mexico City, from Monterrey, from Guadalajara. That's when the nationals start coming to the Riviera Maya, especially Playa.
And possibly one of the reasons why the rents have gone up so much, or nightly prices for rentals, is because there's so many great new condos. The level of condos, the rooftop pools, some of these condos are just amazing. And so that's one of the great things about Playa, is there's kind of all levels, but the level of quality keeps going up.
Yes, I agree. And the sizes keep on getting smaller, right? But yeah, also that opens up, if you want to have larger, more ample spaces, we've got really nice resales. We've got pocket listings also that we can send out to you, along with our buyer's guide that has very useful information on how to invest and tips and tricks of buying in the Riviera Maya. So resales are a good opportunity as well, because construction costs have risen. We've seen an increase of the cost of building properties here in Playa del Carmen and pretty much everywhere in Mexico. Aluminum just went 20% higher last Monday. We had to buy a lot of aluminum because our prices were gonna go up the roof. So this keeps on raising the prices, right? Aside from the appreciation of the real estate market of Playa. So resales also have good deals, more ample spaces instead of like the newer buildings that you're looking at, small little studios, maybe hotel suites that are around 350 square feet. One bedrooms are approximately 650 square feet, and then your two bedrooms would be around 1,000, 1,200, right? And for resales, you're looking for maybe a one bedroom is around 800, two bedroom would be around, 1,500 square feet, more ample spaces.
And in this video, we're going to talk about the 4 best neighborhoods to invest in Playa del Carmen. We're in Playa Car, so this is a great place that a lot of foreigners like to buy. We'll go to Corazol, which is on the north end. We'll talk about the downtown. And then also, if you are looking to move here and live here, maybe not want to rent out while you're gone, the other side of the highway, there's some great communities. And if you just drive around, you might miss some of these because they're gated communities. So later in this video, we'll visit some of those over there. But of course, people want to be downtown too. If you don't want to have a car, Playa is super walkable. We do have a guide for everywhere you can walk in the downtown, basically. So you can check that out on our website as well.
Yeah, a lot of digital nomads that are taking advantage of this lifestyle, the walkability, electric scooters all over the place. I'm in, hundreds of WhatsApp group chats, and they've got incredible events going on all the time. Very strong digital nomad community that have also been raising the prices of rents and have also been investing here in Playa.
And of course, if you do want to buy something, where do you look online? There are a lot of Spanish websites. There's no MLS for this area. But as far as where to look for properties, what advice do you have for people?
So that's a great question. I mean, buyers want to see what's available in the market, so they're going to go online, they're going to search, and probably the first thing that they're going to notice is Point to Homes is going to pop up. Then the Mexican websites, which are Viva Anuncios, Trovit, Inmuebles 24, because Google can translate now any website, right? So they can get all the information. Canadians, foreigners, Americans can look at those listings that before were only available to Mexicans, or they were only in Spanish. However, there's a lot of unlicensed realtors that upload a lot of properties just as clickbait. So the prices are not correct, and when you ask for information, they'll just try to switch you to another project. So my suggestion is just stick with a buyer's representative that you trust, that really understands your needs and wants, that has experience in the area, and just take a screenshot of any property that you find online. Instead of reaching the listing agent directly that represents the seller, it represents his interest. He's going to try to negotiate on behalf of the seller, trying to get the best deal for them. So instead of that, just take a screenshot, send it to your buyer's representative, and we will be able to send you updated price lists and help you out to get the best property for the exact needs and wants and at the best possible price.
And we do have a whole article on our website about how to get off on the right foot with a realtor in the Riviera Maya, because a lot of people will just start sending emails to everybody, and then you're getting emails, but those realtors will list you as a client, and then perhaps you want to buy from somebody else, and then like, well, do you split the commission with this person? How does that work? So, or if you go to a developer, developers have in-house realtors, so they're only going to sell you things in that development. So you want someone that will work for you and not the seller. So that's what a buyer's agent is. Here's a look at a sample condo that is here in the complex where we are. This is a 2-bedroom, split-level, loft-style condo. And this gives you a great idea of what condos look like in Playa Car and Playa del Carmen in general. One thing that is different about real estate in Playa del Carmen is pre-sales. A great number of sales are actually done pre-sale. This is the selling of properties before they're built or break ground. And so this is something you do have to get accustomed to in the Playa del Carmen real estate market. We just showed you a walkthrough of this beautiful sample unit of something that's already been built here in Playa Car by a reputable developer. Now, of course, this place is sold out.
Correct.
They have a second development. What is going on with that in here in Playa Car?
Okay, so they just released the waiting list for the second project, the sister project. They released a waiting list of 100 people. So 100 investors deposited 5,000 reimbursable deposit to be on this waiting list, and they're going to have a party on 1 week so that they can pick the best units of the project. Now, what they did was that they just opened the second phase, which is the next 130 units available. So if you want more information on the project, the units are selling extremely fast because of the prices that they're being launched on. If you want more information on that, just send us a message. Maybe they're not available, but there's always new projects coming up from these developers. Prices are continuously increasing. However, they're very good opportunities.
So Playa Car pretty much has been sold out, but the same developer is going in Corazol, the other neighborhood which we're going to go to. So they're going to do a development there.
Correct. Yeah, they have another project in Corazol as well, and they also have another project in Cancun. So they're building and developing pretty much everywhere in Quintana Roo.
And you see, it's beautiful condos and they're selling very fast. So there really are kind of two real estate markets here. There's people that have really good realtors working for them that tell them of stuff that's coming up, and they're the first ones in. And then there's other people that are looking around and buying stuff, and you might miss out on things like this. There's no rush. We're not trying to rush you into anything, but that's just how things are here in Playa del Carmen. There's in the know and people not in the know.
Correct. I mean, if you are ready to pull the trigger and make a decision, we would send you this kind of projects. If you're not ready, doesn't matter. Whenever maybe you need to sell a property back home or something needs to happen so that you can be able to pull the trigger and get the funds. Whenever you are ready, we can send you what's available at that time frame in the inventory of Playa del Carmen.
Here's a look at a few sample prices in Playa Car and averages for condos and houses. Playa Car Phase 2 is based around a golf course along the beach. There's all-inclusive hotels, and there's a mix of condos and houses in Playa Car that you can choose from. This is the Corazol part of Playa del Carmen on the north end. In the past, it was known as Gran Coral, but it has changed. And so we actually have a video here of some of the projects, but there's some new projects coming online. And this is similar to Playa Car, right?
Correct. I actually live in Corazol. I consider Corazol to be one of the most exclusive residential communities in all of Playa del Carmen. What I really like about these two gated communities, especially Corazol, where we're at right now, is that it's very high-end, very exclusive. You've got golf front projects with incredible views to the golf courses. We also have beachfront condos. We have villas also facing the golf community. And there are very good appreciation numbers here. So just to give you an example, one of the villas we sold when they got released back in 2018-19 at $1 million. And now those same villas are around 1.6, 1.7, depending on the number of bedrooms, depending on the square footage. So that's $600,000 of appreciation. That's 60% appreciation. I would say there's around a 10 to 15% appreciation every year here. And there's a really good opportunity in Corazol. There's a brand new project that just got released with family and friends prices, which is going to have, I believe, higher appreciation than what we've seen currently in the market here.
This area is more expensive. There are some projects that have a lower price point. So what are those projects going to be like that are coming online right now?
Correct. So The starting price of this new project's around the 350, 320, 350. Obviously, depending on the down payment, the highest the down payment, the higher the discount, the lower the purchase price that you're gonna be. But the price point, the initial price point to be in this very high-end, very exclusive residential community is around the 350, okay? And then you can go all the way to a beachfront penthouse for higher than $5 million.
And just in case you're not familiar with friends and family, that is what developers do when they're just putting it online. And so they go to realtors and say, hey, we're gonna open this project for sale and you have first dibs. So if you have a really good realtor, like a buyer's agent, they know what's gonna come online and they're able to get you better deals because when you get in sooner and you get to pick the better condos with the best views and everything, right?
That's correct. I mean, these properties are not on the market yet. One of them that's going to launch in the next couple of weeks. They're still working on the construction licenses, the construction permits, so they haven't released it out to the market. But in 1-2 weeks, when this video is released, it's already going to be out there, right? So yeah, exactly. You get the best price and the best units with the best locations with the best views.
And the cool thing about this neighborhood is they have dedicated 66% to green spaces. So not only golf courses, but woods, you have a lot of natural areas. You've seen monkeys here, living here.
That's correct.
It's a really unique place to live in Playa del Carmen.
Yeah, I mean, this is where I have the blessing of having my daughter grow up. And we go out just walking to the golf course. We've seen, yeah, like you said, monkeys, incredible flora and fauna. Everything is beautifully landscaped. And also you have like these endemic local flora and fauna. So yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful place to live in. And also as an investment with the appreciation and the rents in Playa del Carmen going up, as we've seen on AirDNA and with our market studies that we have, it's a really good timing to invest here.
So in the back of us, you can see some of the new projects. Of course, beautiful golf courses here. What projects are going up right here?
So this is one of the projects from the developer of Corasol. So back in 2017, one of the wealthiest groups, real estate groups, and it's one of the wealthiest men in Mexico, bought this entire community and has been developing certain products and certain projects inside Corasol. This is one of them. This is called The Village. Prices got launched around, when it launched, the prices were around the 230,000. Now the same unit, same type of unit is selling for 320. So that's $100,000 of appreciation that the owners have gotten in this time frame. Now, just to give you an idea of the kind of appreciation that you can get on the next project that just got released out to the market, which is on the same stage of when this got released back in 2019. Remember this family and friends pricing we talked about.
So we just want to ask about different amenities here, because if you are buying in Corasol, what things are available to residents here?
If you buy the membership, you're able to access the Owners Beach Club, which is at Costa, which is incredible. They're building the park right next door, which are gonna have tennis courts, paddle courts. They're building a lot of infrastructure inside Corasol. So you're buying in with a lower price point because all of this community is evolving and they're building all this very high-end amenities for all of the projects that are going to be inside this planned closed community.
And the nice thing about both Playa Car and Corasol is the downtown is very active, and sometimes when you live here like you do, you just want to come home, you escape the excitement of the center, and you have a really peaceful place, but just 10 minutes, not even 10 minutes, just 1 minute up the road, you're on the highway and you can go up to Cancun. You have access to the downtown, it's really fast. So you do kind of live in a nice little paradise of Playa del Carmen here.
Yeah, correct. And Fifth Avenue connects to Corasol. It already connects there. So you can walk, you can grab an electric scooter or a bike, and you're gonna be downtown in, I don't know, 5-7 minutes, something like that. You're close to all the hustle and bustle. If you wanna go out at night to restaurants, whatever, you're very close to it. But also you're like secluded in this like beautiful green space, incredible views. So I see this place a lot for families, perfect to raise a family. Also for people that want to relocate, maybe expats, digital nomads are also investing here. Also,
just to retire and enjoy it.
exactly, people that want to retire down here and come play golf every single morning. That's also some of the clientele that we're looking at.
This is our third neighborhood in Playa, and it's the downtown. So it's the most popular place for people to live because it's where all the tourists want to be. If you want to invest in a place, it's where people want to rent. And of course, views, just like this. So this is a building. We're going to take a look at one of the apartments here. As far as the downtown, why do so many people want to live downtown or buy in the downtown of Playa?
Well, I would say first reason would be definitely walkability. I mean, you are super close to every shop, restaurant, gym. You've got the DAC, which is the organic market, delicious food there. You have the Chedraui Selecto, the new supermarket, also fresh produce there. You have the Mario Villanueva, where people get together to work out. I mean, just there is a downtown community, and the lifestyle downtown is just incredible. Also, every road in Playa takes you to the beach. So there's a lot of public beach accesses, which comparing it to Tulum, they don't have that, right? So the beach access, the ocean views, the incredible rooftops. Right. Yeah, I mean, downtown is definitely the place to be, and I see all kinds of people like living or renting downtown. You have the younger crowd, maybe the digital nomads, you've got expats, you've got retired people that want to walk everywhere, want to stay healthy, stay with good energy, and just living in, the close to the beach and being able
it's
to
like
walk to the
Caribbean
beach.
lifestyle. I don't like driving in the downtown because you have to park, it's all metered now, but you can just walk everywhere, so it's great. And of course, when you have weather like this year round, it's pretty nice.
Of course, yeah, you won't need a car, that's for sure. If you want a car, I would recommend getting a condo that does have parking because of what you're saying, right? Everything has meters.
Parking has gotten a lot more difficult, and so it is really nice to have a parking space. And of course, the height of buildings have been changing over time in Playa. It used to be 3 stories, and now they're going up and up. So you do get better views, but you never know if someone's going to build in front of you.
Yeah.
So views are not guaranteed, but they are amazing when you have them.
Of course, yeah. If a realtor tells you that you're going to have a guaranteed view, if you're not first line, he's lying, okay? So be careful who you're working with. Probably, I mean, look at what buildings you have in front. There are very, very few houses in downtown Playa. So if it's a house, probably it's going to eventually be turned down and they're going to build condos there, right? So yeah, be careful with that. Get a building that's 7 levels and that's close to the beach, and you will always have a partial ocean view if you're close to the beach, maybe first or second line.
And really, Playa has become much more cosmopolitan in the past 10 years, even shorter, where you have bigger buildings, there's better rooftops. It's less about going to the beach. You can just stay here and have these views, or if you want to go to the beach, but if there is a day with seaweed, you can enjoy your place. And the place in Playa Car that we were at is amazing. I wouldn't even probably leave there. So you really have to come and see these places to know what amenities they have and things. Now, as far as prices in the downtown, what are some of the average prices for condos?
So we work with a very select group of developers that we know really deliver on time and with very, very good quality finishes. So you're going to find different prices, maybe lower than what I'm going to say right now, but from other developers that might not have that track record, right? So average prices, let's say for a studio, which would be around 550 square feet, around 45 square meters, 50 square meters. It's mostly like a hotel suite. They're gonna run from $150 to maybe $180,000, depending on the amenities, depending on ocean views, depending on how close you are to the beach and Fifth Avenue, et cetera, et cetera. Then you will go to your 1 bedrooms. So 1 bedrooms run around $200,000 to $250,000, again, depending on sizes. 1 bedroom would be around 60 square meters, which would be around, around 650 square feet, give or take. Then you would go to your 2 bedrooms. You've got lock-off units also, which you can rent separately with independent accesses. Great for investment. Those will start around $280,000 to $300,000, and those are around 1,100, 1,200 square feet. And then you've got like your 3 bedrooms, penthouses, or maybe even ocean views or beachfront properties. I would say penthouses would start around the 480, 499, and then your beachfront will start 1 million plus.
Of course, everyone's definition of the downtown is different as to what streets. I personally say Tam or 46th Street. It goes to Juarez, but before Juarez, because the southern end gets a little cheaper and not as nice. And there is like a ring around the center, which is around 30th, 35th Avenue. You start to see some of those cheaper condos, but you're only buying a cheaper condo because it's farther from everything. So you have to think about that when you start looking at prices, the distance, and you really want to be somewhere you want to be. So especially this part, Playa is really moving north. So right there is a Chedraui Select. There's so many beautiful condo buildings with rooftop pools. They're super popular to rent. So that area right there is great.
Yeah, I agree. Cocoa Beach, Little Italy, Colonia Hollywood, and downtown. I mean, those places, especially Cocoa Beach, is very, very popular because it's very close to the action, very close to Fifth Avenue, but no noise, right? It's totally peaceful. So that's
a little removed from the downtown.
Yeah, correct.
And we'll make another video of exactly the different neighborhoods in the downtown because there are so many and what is close to them, what services, but this is just a general overview of the downtown. And our next neighborhood that we're going to is?
We're going to the other side of the highway. So the other side of the highway is known as West Playa, or the jungle side, right? And you've got West South, West Central, and West North.
All right, so let's go check out houses, and which mostly are houses on the other side, so they'll be our next destination. So now we are in our fourth neighborhood. This is on the other side of the highway. The highway refers to the 307 highway, so this is the other side. And this is a master plan community. What are some of the, well, we see some of the amenities, prices, what things can you get here?
Okay, so basically as you cross the highway, you get a lot more bang for your buck. You're able to buy villas or houses for the prices of condos, or condos at a lower price than downtown or Playa Car or Corazol. So basically here on these very, let's say larger communities, you find a lot more amenities than what you can find downtown. So you're gonna find paddle courts, tennis courts, soccer courts. You're gonna find huge swimming pools.
It's a beautiful gym that's fully equipped.
Let's say kids club, multi-purpose room, business center, you name it, a bunch of amenities. And this gated community, for example, has a little bit over 200 lots. Okay. And there's another one right next door, which has around 60. So yeah, usually larger residential communities here, more family oriented.
And what are the prices for units here?
So you could get a villa starting at around $399,000. Prices mostly on this side are in pesos, right? So it would depend on the exchange rate. And as far as condos go, you can get a studio for around $80,000. You can get a 1-bedroom for around $150,000, a 2-bedroom for around $180,000, $200,000, and then you also have penthouses or garden units.
Now, something we should mention, there's a lot of planned communities on the other side of the highway. Most of them are very basic. They're for low income or middle income Mexican families. So you will see online houses for $100,000, but there's a lot of restrictions for those. Oftentimes they don't even have closets, they're basic, and they're really close. You can hear through the walls. So you get what you pay for. We know that we've shown you a lot of expensive stuff. There is less expensive stuff, but oftentimes those developments you have to go and deal with the salespeople right there because realtors don't go there because they're very basic units.
Yeah.
So you don't sell any of those, right?
Correct. Actually, we can't even work with them. They won't allow buyers representatives like us to represent buyers. You have to go directly through the developers. And most of the cases, they don't speak English. So you have to get some kind of translator there or something.
And actually, just an insight story. 2 of the salespeople I know work at some of these planned communities. One works at Liverpool and one worked at the corner store on my street. So the salespeople are not the best, but it's just basic.
Correct. Something that you also have to consider if you are planning on investing here, which can also have very good rentability, especially long-term, even though there's some that do short-term in these communities, is that you need to have a car, right? So a lot of people, what they say to tourists is like, save some money, and instead of staying downtown, stay on the other side of the highway, rent a car, and you're able to go to a lot of more parks, do a lot more activities because you're saving money on your accommodation, right? So that's what they do to rent these places short term.
And it is very luxurious here. I mean, this is a beautiful pool. You feel like you're just out of everything. Yet you're only about 12 minutes from the downtown.
Yeah, correct. You've got a bunch of schools here. You've got Centro Maya, which you've got a shopping mall. You've got supermarkets. You've got stores, restaurants, big gyms. So yeah, you've got all the amenities. And us locals, when you get here, most of the times you start living on the other side of the highway. That's the entry of Playa.
Yeah, usually the first thing, I want to live in Fifth Avenue where everything is. And then you get more comfortable and then you kind of move out and then you realize what you can get on this side of the highway and you have a better quality of life almost.
Correct.
This is a second look at a 3-bedroom house you can get on the other side of the highway. And what's really nice about this development is they've left a lot of old growth forest. And this really reminds us of Tulum, like Aldea Zama, some of the really nice properties in Tulum. But this is in Playa. And actually I've never been in this development before and I never knew it was back here. And I'm quite impressed. It's very nice. Actually, the 2 developments that we've looked at. So there's always things that are hidden that you really need a realtor to come and see. And so that wraps up our video of real estate in Playa del Carmen for this year, going into next year. As promised, at the end of this video, I was going to tell you what you can expect for return on investment or ROI for this year. Now, it's no secret. You can go on to online forums and people are always talking about it, but that only tells you part of the story. There's about 65 to 70% of people that make between 0 and 9% return on investment, or about 4.5% on average. Now, that's not a lot, but that's better than what some people will say you will make. You'll just break even. But the part that you don't hear in the Facebook groups is that other percentage of 30 to 35% of people that make between 10 and 20% returns. Now, we will say that 18 to 20% is really rare. That's usually for beachfront properties or really special properties. But the other percentage, of course, people won't tell you all the secrets because they don't want the competition, but we will tell you all the secrets in our article. There's about 8 things that we've noticed with really good investors that they do every time. So hopefully you can take these tips and apply them. If you are going to buy in Playa del Carmen for return on investment, it's a great article to check out. But of course, if you are going to buy here in Playa del Carmen, it's good to think about your return on happiness. Because when you do buy here, you do have great year-round weather, access to historical sites, and so much more. So when you calculate, be sure to calculate your happiness as well. So if you would like information about any of these properties you've seen in the video, or just general information about real estate in Playa del Carmen, Sebastian is a great person to ask. We will put his email in our article so you can ask questions. We don't sell real estate, so we don't have all your answers for you, but we do like to write articles and bring you information and informative videos so you can make informative decisions, especially about a big purchase here in Playa del Carmen. So we hope you've enjoyed this video. We're gonna have a lot more videos coming, so stay tuned and we'll see you online.